In the near future, knowledge workers won't sit in front of computers searching for answers to make complex decisions. The world is becoming too complex to know what to search for or where to look. Any decision built on a search process is fundamentally reactive, and reactive decisions lead to poor outcomes. Today, organizations are constrained by how they access information. Critical data is scattered across fragmented systems, siloed in different platforms, databases, and applications. Employees spend their days searching for information and operating disconnected software, creating compounding inefficiencies with every decision. The result? Organizations can't make decisions fast enough to compete with the pace of information creation. They become reactive, losing market share, falling behind competitors, and in government contexts, opening themselves to vulnerabilities and threat vectors before they're even detected. Search will be replaced by autonomous systems that predict the future state of complex environments and identify optimal paths forward through reasoning, planning, decision-making, and action, continuously learning by measuring effectiveness against the real-world outcomes. This requires humans to transfer judgment and expertise to agents with persistent memory, auditability, and the capacity to gain their own experience over time. But here's the critical insight. LLMs are just the interface. LLMs need brains to become agents and robots you can trust. But those brains need to model the world beyond the next token in a distribution of words or pixels. They need to predict the next state of the environment so agents can influence outcomes. These brains are called knowledge engines. Retrieval Augmented Generation has exploded in adoption. Companies like Glean and Palantir have built hundreds of billions in market value by consolidating data and enabling organizations to run large language models on it. RAG systems have proven valuable for basic information retrieval. However, RAG systems have fundamental architectural limitations that are already driving customer churn. They can't retain context between queries, forcing users to rebuild understanding with every interaction. Organizations realize these systems can't solve complex, ongoing problems that require compounding knowledge. They require you to know what you're looking for. But true intelligence means the system tells you what's important, proactively surfacing predictive insights, not just responding to queries. They can't capture experiential knowledge or understand global context, only local, fragmented views. They retrieve facts, not strategic insight. Built on LLMs designed to predict the next token, RAG systems lack multimodal perception, the ability to understand the world through video, audio, and context across modalities. This is the fundamental architecture that's missing and needed for true world models and autonomous reasoning, not just for today's enterprise agents, but for tomorrow's autonomous robots, drones, and systems. Knowledge engines are cognitive infrastructure that sits above fragmented legacy software, siloed data, and human expertise. Accrete has spent over a decade building knowledge engines designed for the autonomous enterprise. Our approach delivers what RAG fundamentally cannot. Persistent memory that compounds context over time, learning from every interaction. Multimodal perception that understands the world through video, audio, and metadata, not just text. Global reasoning across relationships and data silos using real-time knowledge graphs. Experiential learning that encodes expert judgment into the system. And predictive insight that surfaces what's important before you even know to ask. Knowledge engines autonomously discover hidden relationships in data and store them in long-term memory, enabling agents to reason across siloed data and build knowledge predicated upon verifiable, attributable, ground truth. Holistic organizational context, global reasoning, and zero hallucinations. This isn't incremental improvement. It's a different paradigm. Infrastructure that transforms organizations from reactive, search-oriented enterprises to proactive, predictive decision-making organizations powered by autonomous agents. When RAG systems face complex reasoning tasks, they make hundreds of thousands of individual LLM calls, each taking seconds to read articles, process context, and extract entities. For multi-hop reasoning across complex relationships, this amounts to days of continuous processing. Accrete's knowledge engines do the same work in 2 calls. One to configure the engine, one to summarize. The knowledge graph does the reasoning across hundreds of thousands of entities in milliseconds. This isn't just faster, it's economically viable at scale, dramatically reducing API costs through on-premise deployment, and enabling real-time decision-making that RAG systems cannot support. This is non-local reasoning at scale, not optimization, a different architecture. First, we'll test Argus, Accrete's government knowledge engine. We'll be asking a multi-layered supply chain question about mapping GKN, a global auto and aerospace business, and its second-degree suppliers. This is a task that demands reasoning across a vast number of disconnected data sources and unseen corporate linkages. To find the truth, Argus didn't just search for documents mentioning Chinese influence. It traversed a knowledge graph, linking ownership records, board ties, and state affiliations, revealing how GKN suppliers connect to entities like CITIC Dicastal, a major Chinese aluminum alloy, wheel, and automotive components manufacturer under the state-owned CITIC Group, itself overseen by China's State Council. Through this connection, Argus exposed how seemingly commercial suppliers tie back to government-controlled networks central to China's industrial and strategic ambitions. This is non-local reasoning, connecting dots that are semantically distant but logically critical. Ask the same question to our RAG system, and it retrieves scattered documents mentioning Chinese companies. No synthesis of hidden relationships, no understanding of indirect influence networks. It reads fragments and misses the strategic picture. Accrete's knowledge engine understands not just what's written, but what's implied across complex networks. It predicts vulnerabilities and threat vectors before they emerge. Now, an enterprise scenario with Ike, Accrete's knowledge engine for organizations. We ask, tell me about the most recent ethics the AI team is working on and how it relates to opportunities in the pipeline. Ike delivers a connected brief, 2 work streams, media content pipeline, and AI-powered personalization, and a critical path with dates. Zero config integration by October 31st. Multimodal analysis moving into the pipeline. Creator dashboard UX in Q4 and Q1. It maps epics to revenue. Paramount needs zero config and multimodal. Spotify hinges on the dashboard. BBC iPlayer a normalization. It flags metadata risk, quantifies impact across the next 2 quarters, and cites the same internal data the company already uses. Those connections capture expert knowledge. The model learns which relationships move revenue. That's persistent memory and transparency at work. Run the same query on a reactive retrieval system, and you get a list focused on one workstream. No strategy, no link to the pipeline, no prioritization or impact. It retrieves facts, not a story. Accrete's knowledge engines are 3.7 times faster than the best open source models at video vision, 1.5 times richer contextual understanding, and processing latency reduced by 50%, from 60 to 30 seconds per video. Knowledge engines ground agents to make them secure. Accrete's infrastructure is built on rigorous government security frameworks, designed to support deployment across federal and commercial environments. Knowledge engines unify open source and government data for federal teams and proprietary data for commercial teams, enabling each to customize agents to their mission and deliver rapid, reliable insights. RAG systems have proven massive demand for AI-powered information access, but retrieval alone cannot drive autonomous intelligence. Accrete's knowledge engines provide the cognitive infrastructure that organizations need to transform from reactive to autonomous, unifying fragmented systems, encoding expert judgment, and enabling agents that don't just search, but reason, plan, simulate, decide, and learn. This is the foundation for the autonomous enterprise. And tomorrow, for autonomous robots, drones, and systems requiring true spatial reasoning and world understanding. The question isn't whether AI will transform organizations. It's whether your infrastructure can support truly autonomous intelligence.